Now we will prove the Vandermonde identity, that is this one, that is submission from k is equal to 0 to r mck ncr minus k is equals to m plus ncr. We know that Newton's binomial theorem is this. We will start our proof from this equation, that is x plus 1 raised to power m multiplied by x plus 1 raised to power n. Now we will apply this Newton's binomial theorem turn by turn on these two terms to get this answer. We can also see the bases are same, so we can add the powers as like this. Now again we will apply this Newton's binomial theorem on this term as like this. That means now this term is equals to this term also. So firstly we will solve our this term, then we will equate the answer of this term with this term to get our this identity. Let's start the solution of this term. So now we can see that the bases are same. We can add the powers, that is x raised to power k plus p, and we can write these summations as like this here. Now we will use the substitution, that is k plus p is equals to r. From here we can take value of p is equal to r minus k, that is this one. That means now at the place of k plus p we have to write only r, and at the place of p we have to write r minus k as like this. Here again we can see that when value of p is equals to 0, value of p is equals to 0, value for r will be k. So that's why at the place of p is equal to 0 we write here r is equal to k. When value of p is equal to small n, that is when a value of our p is equal to small n, value for r is k plus small n. That's why at the place of this we write k plus small n. In the first summation we have k is equal to 0 to m, that is value of our k will be less than or equal to m. On adding small n both sides we get k plus n is small less than or equal to m plus n. That means suppose on the number line if we have k here, then we must have k plus n here, because we know that k plus n is greater than k. And according to this term, that is m plus n is greater than k plus n. So we will have m plus n here because it is greater than k plus n. Now in the second summation we are using the interval from k to k plus n, that is we are using this interval. We can see that this interval is equals to this interval minus this interval, that is from the value k from m plus n minus the value from this point which is just after k plus n, that is this point must be k plus n plus 1. That is on subtracting this interval minus k plus n plus 1 to m plus n, we get our this interval. That means we can break this summation into these two summation with these different intervals that we have studied now. Now in this second term we are using this interval, that is k plus n plus 1 to m plus 1. That is in the second interval value for r is greater than k plus n, as like this. Now on shifting k to this side we get r minus k is greater than n. Now we can expand this combination, that is ncr minus k, as like this one. Now r minus k is greater than n, that means this value is greater than n. That means the value inside the factorial will become negative, and we know that factorial of every negative term is equals to infinity. We can take example, suppose we are taking here minus 5 factorial. Now it can be expanded as minus 5 multiply by minus 5 minus 1 multiply by minus 5 minus 2. Now see here, minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6, minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7, so on up to will go to minus infinity. And we know something upon infinity is always equals to 0, so that means this whole term is 0 and we left with only this term. Now in this number line we must have 0 here, and a point just before k must be k minus 1. Now we see that in this term we are using the interval from k to m plus 1, that is we are using interval from here to here. we can write this interval is equals to from 0 to m plus n minus this interval, that means from 0 to k minus 1. So that's why we break down this interval into these two different intervals. First is from 0 to m plus n and the second is from 0 to k minus 1. Since in this second term we are subtracting the interval from 0 to k minus 1, that is value for r is now less than k. Now shifting k to this side, we get r minus k is less than 0. We can expand our this combination, that is the NCR minus k, as like this, and now r minus k is less than 0. That means again inside the factorial we have negative term, and factorial of our any negative term is equals to infinity. Something upon infinity is equal to 0. Something multiplied by 0 is equals to 0. That means this whole term is equal to 0. So we left with only this term. Here we just changes the places of the summations, that is second summation at the first place and first at the second place. Now we will use these two cases, that is in the first case we will use r is greater than equal to m, and in the second case we will say that r is less than m. Now in the first case, suppose in the number line here we have 0. Now they are saying that r is greater than m, that is if we have m here then r must be here. Now here we are using the interval 0 to m. 0 to m. It can be written as from 0 to r minus from this point to this point. Now we know this point is just after m. That means this point must be m plus 1. So that's why we can break down this interval in these two different intervals. First is from 0 to r, then minus m plus 1 to r, as like this. Now again we can see that in this second term we are using the interval this one, that is in this interval our value is greater than m. So value for k is greater than m. We can also say that m minus k is less than 0. So now we will expand this combination as like this, and we are saying m minus k is less than 0, and we know that if we have negative term inside the factorial it will become infinity. Something upon infinity is 0. That means this whole term is 0 and we left with only this term. Now we will take the case second, that is our r is less than m. Suppose on the number line here we have 0. Since r is less than m, that means we have m here and r here. Now we are using the interval from 0 to m. We can write this interval, that is from 0 to m is equal to from 0 to r plus from this point to this point. This point must be r plus 1. That means we can write at the place of this interval, first interval is from 0 to r plus r plus 1 to m. Now we can again expand this combination as like this whole one, and we know that in this second term we have interval this one in which value for k is greater than r, that is this one. On shifting k to this side we can say that r minus k, here we will left with the 0, that means r minus k is less than a 0. Now again inside the factorial we have here the negative term, and we know that the factorial for every negative term is equal to infinity, and something upon infinity is equals to 0. That means this whole term is equal to 0. We left with only this term. That means in both the cases we left with only the same term. So our answer is this term. We also know when we was started our proof, we stated that this term is also equal to this term, and we will equate the answer of this whole solution to this term. So that's why we equate here this answer is equal to this term. Now we can see that here we have same summations. Inside the summation we have these terms. Now in these terms we will compare the coefficient of x raised to power r. Here the coefficient of x raised to power r is this, and here the coefficient of x raised to power r is this term. So this term is equal to this term, which is our Vandermonde's identity.